Welcome back, Mosh Pit Podcast. We're here with Petroglyphs. I say that right?
Yeah.
Making sure. At the Roseville Goldfield. And tonight they're playing with a moment's notice Between Realms, On Water, and Tomb of Minerva. And I am really excited. This will actually be my last podcast of the year. And it's really nice doing this stuff because doing this for just a little over 2 years. It's been great. And doing it with them. I've heard you guys for a while, seen your stuff, and I saw you last time at Mosaic.
Yeah.
And then started setting stuff up, and now we're here. But getting into it, I want to hear about your song Severance in the Garden Path. And just what was behind the writing process and how you came up with it.
So we wanted to talk about that's part it's one single that's going to be off the newer album that's coming up later in the next year.
Mm-hmm.
And the album that we're coming out with is a little bit more darker. I would say it's a little bit more we came into writing it basically. We wanted to do a few different things. We wouldn't want to be as bright. We wanted to be a little bit more darker and have
more contrast.
Contrast basically. And Severance, the Garden's Path is basically it's about I wouldn't say severing. I mean, it's almost in the name, but it's severing the feelings that you have from other emotions that are going on in your life. And then the Garden's Path would basically be lies that you've lived based off of those feelings. So yeah, it's kind of a little bit more intricate to us, but I'm sure other people, when they hear it, they just pick apart the lyrics. And
ultimately when we started writing stuff like that, we wanted stuff that was a little bit more easy to read, because most of Petroglyph stuff is kind of more techie and kind of all over the place with patterns and stuff. We wanted to make something a little bit easier for just, I guess a broader audience to kind of be into and just bob their head to, because a lot of the stuff on the newer album, we have parts that are just overly complicated. We're okay, let's kind of make it heavy, make it simple.
Yeah.
We want to less progressive, just more heavy to the point.
We wanted to appeal to a broader crowd. And also, I think it was the first song that we did that had an 8-string on it. I don't know.
No, not
it's
that
not,
one.
No. Okay. Well, don't listen to me then. I'm wrong.
But we do have heavier tunings. This is probably the first time we've really experimented with other tunings, and this is technically Severance is the lowest tuning out of all of our songs so far, but we have lower tunings to come in this new album.
Oh shit, I'm hyped for it. When are we expected to see this album? Probably next year?
Probably spring to early summer, something like that. We'll probably be releasing singles pretty soon. We have a couple ready to go, but we had some kind of barriers that have blocked us from releasing stuff.
Unfortunate delays.
Unfortunate delays. I mean, our main thing is having trouble with promoting and just getting it out there, because it's kind of difficult these days. You don't really have you don't really have the same kind of YouTube channels that we used to have.
We're
back in
getting
the day.
old.
Yeah. It's not the same outlet. So promoting through just Facebook and Instagram just isn't really something that we're that familiar with.
Obviously, we could really promote a lot. We just don't, unfortunately. But on the brighter side, I mean, we enjoy writing the music, and we enjoy making the music for the people that do hear it and stuff like that.
I think that's what we're bad at. We're more musicians. We really care about the craft and putting out the good sound. We don't really like the whole promotion and selling ourselves and please like us.
We should be.
We're not.
Because it is part of the job as a band. There's these days it's not just playing your music and just constantly playing shows over and over and over again. It's you kind of have to market yourself and make yourself more appealing to other things.
Yeah, I completely get that. It's promoting is a rough thing. I even talk to people that promote more than I do, and I do it fucking a lot. Like Jay from Reminiscence, me talk about it sometimes, and how he just fucking every day with something. He has multiple pages and shit like that. I just don't know. Starting off promoting is the hardest part, but it's like the consistency of it that's a pain in the fucking ass.
We can't.
That's
yeah.
what we're
terrible at that. We'll have a week streak where we'll be like, okay, let's post every day, and
and
then
then
2
3
weeks
months
later,
of nothing.
We're just not social media people.
Yeah, I have that too. Like where I'll have like months where I'm posting sometimes a lot on TikTok. I have a lot of clips and stuff, but then there's months where I just post a lot of photos, like promo photos, and like you're just like, fuck, I have zero consistency back and forth.
I mean, it's the content. Having content consistently, I think, is the most difficult, most challenging for us. It's like we want to put out newer stuff that excites people, but then it's just
Yeah.
And we care about what we put out, so we don't want to put out just anything for the sake of filler. We want to put out something we're proud of each and every time, and then you set that bar, and it's hard to always fulfill that bar, so it's like, I'm not going to put this out unless I like it, and then don't put stuff out for months.
Yeah. Getting into like shows you have done. I mean, you guys have played with like Plot and You, Spite, and like a lot of other great musicians. What in the future? I mean, at least for like 2025, who would you want to be? Like, whose bill would you want to be on?
that's a good question.
Like a dream bill or like a realistic bill?
Dream bill.
Dream bill.
Dream
Okay.
bill.
I mean, personally, playing with like Invent and Era is always a good one. We have played with those bands before, but I think still to this day, I think that would still be something exciting. Just those bands are kind of, I guess, it's been more difficult to get a local on those shows. At least Petroglyphs to get on like an Invent Animate show. It's been a few years at least because they just
Blew the fuck up.
yeah, they blew the fuck up.
Yeah.
And they already have the venue sold before they need locals. So
Yeah.
I would love to play with Reflections. That would be sick.
I was gonna say like my dream lineup would be like obviously we're opening. It'd be like the After Image or like Auras,
Oh.
and then like After Image, Auras, Reflections, and then like Invent Animate. That or what's like another one? The Parallel. Throw the Parallel. I don't know.
Those are good fucking picks. I can like, cause I'm like, you saying those stuff. I can like hear like, I like to see like when I go to a show, I pick like my favorite song from each band and I put them in a playlist to see how they mesh with each other.
Yeah.
And I feel like those would mesh very well.
They would. I mean, like if I don't think there's that many. I'm pretty sure we're the only like gent ambient band around here.
there's not a whole lot of local gent bands that we get to play with. So and I feel like it's kind of our style is kind of becoming a little bit what is it? Just a little bit. It's becoming a bit dated because no one really plays it.
We're like stuck in 2013 and 15.
Yeah, and that's just
Sprinkle
No
a
shame.
little bit of 2024 on there.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, cause I think it's what it is like this new era of like this heaviness is like somehow just it's making that big spike in that graph back, and it just like it's confusing how it just like it pops so high.
There is one band that we love. I mean, I personally love playing with. They're from Reading. Shout out to I Sank Atlantis.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
freaking
they're sick.
crazy, bro. They're so good. And I feel like they need to play out here more so more people can see them because they're really, really good.
Yeah, I actually haven't heard of them, but
Never heard of them? Oh, you got it. If
No,
you see
they're
them on a
sick.
bill, you got to watch them.
I have to fucking.
really good live band.
Getting into like the story of the week, I do this with every single band. I have like, you just think of a story from the topic I disclose, and I'll start so that way you guys can get kind of like a concept of what I'm looking for, or like what you can like think of. So this topic of this week is vacations. So you pick like your favorite memory of vacation, or just like a fucked up vacation memory, and just tell a story behind it. And I'll let you guys pick what city you guys want.
I can't say it.
I have two cities. I want you to pick which one because I have two stories, but I want to pick from which city. I have Las Vegas and LA. Which one do you want to hear?
I'd hear the Las Vegas one.
for sure.
I don't want to hear the LA one. I want to hear the Vegas one.
Okay, Vegas. Okay, it was first year Sick New World, and me and a friend went out there to go see some bands, and my friend never been to a strip club.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right, we gotta break your cherry. Let's go to a first strip club. We go there. Apparently, they have a porn star there that night that's gonna be like doing like a headlining gig thing.
Lisa Ann.
I was. Her name's Katie Cush. I'll just say it. Fucking I was like, fuck it. Right when she comes out, I'm gonna push him to the front and I'll go up with him so he can have like the full experience or maybe get like picked on, right?
Yeah.
So he didn't get picked on. I got picked on. And she brought me on stage and started giving me a lap dance on stage.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, I was vibing with it, but I was like, everybody's looking at me right now.
Yeah.
I was like,
uncomfortable as hell.
it's hella uncomfortable. You're like, damn. Not only I'm on stage, but I'm just over here just like, just don't think about it. Just don't think about it. And then after all that stuff, she ended up, you know, what strippers do, they try to get you to pay money to go do more stuff and everything.
Back,
yeah. And she kept like signing shit and handing it to me and goes, oh, why don't we go to the back room? And then like kept giving me shit. And I was just like, no. While my friend's there and his first time, he's just like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, tripping out, yeah.
And it was so fucking nervous. Girls kept going. He's like, they would ask him to go to the back and he'd just look at me like, I'm like, talk. Like, speak fucking words. They're people. And I was like, nah, he's good. But then the end of that night, what the fuck happened? It was the night before the festival. And he ended up getting into it. And then they have drinking there at their strip clubs. So he's drunk. It's probably like 3-4 in the morning. And we have to be up at like 10 or 11 to go to the festival.
Oh.
Yeah, and it was like a 30-minute drive back to the hotel.
Oh, that sucks.
I was like, I remember waking up that next day for the festival. I took like 2 liquid IVs, a Motrin and a Tylenol, and then brought like a little baggie of Motrin and Tylenol with me. And I was just like, all right, hopefully I can survive the day. And it was like 115 degrees at the festival that year. And I was like, fuck this shit. But yeah, that is my Vegas story.
I don't have any like I don't go on vacation often. I have cool little trips that I do every now and then. Like I went and saw like Issues in January for the last show. I just went and saw my buddy like, you know, graduate in San Bernardino, but I never travel. So I don't really have that many like stories. Mm-hmm. But I mean, recently, like it wasn't this year's Aftershock, but it was the other Aftershock prior to that. It was the one where Sleep Token was playing.
Oh yeah.
And so I just started dating my girlfriend at the time, and she had a 4-day pass. I had 2 days. My days were, I think, Friday and Saturday.
Those are the best days
And
to go.
so, yeah, they're the best days to go, to be honest. But I went Friday and Saturday, and Sleep Token was playing on Saturday. And I've seen Sleep Token before. I saw them, like, when they were not even, like, on the radar of anybody.
Oh, yeah,
They toured with Issues
Yeah.
and like Lil Aaron. It was the weirdest tour I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, I saw them at Ace of Spades and they were dope. I was like, who the fuck are these like Dementor looking Harry Potter? But after I saw them live, I was like, what the you guys are good. They got 8-string or 9-string guitar. I don't even know what they play. 8-string, yeah, and it's just down tuned. It just sound really, really nice. But Friday, I meet up with my girlfriend, or me and my girlfriend go. We meet up with her brother, is what we do, right? And I've never met her brother before, so we're kicking it off and everything. We just get fucking plastered, just hammered, like beyond repair. And everything goes great, and then we wake up in the morning, and like, it's bad for my girlfriend. And like I said, my girlfriend's favorite band is Sleep Token, right? So like we're going to the second day, and we can't keep anything. Both of us can't keep anything down. Ooh. Like I don't know if anybody's been to like Discovery Park, but like or Aftershock, but there's nowhere to sit, and like you can sit on the ground and everything, but it's just really, really uncomfortable. And picture when you're like really nauseous and going to the bathroom every 5 seconds, can't keep anything down. The only thing that'll help you is an $18 Miller Lite that they sell, and cheese quesadilla for $22. Can't even keep anything down. We had to dip out at like 12 o'clock. She didn't get to see Sleep Token, and she like I mean, I personally, I wanted to see. I can't remember who else was playing that day. It was like.
I remember that year because it wasn't this last one. It was the year before when everybody was stopping on the freeway to watch Sleep Token.
Yeah, there was another band that was playing that I really wanted to see, but it was like, it's okay, you know, I've seen them before. But yeah, it was. We regret missing Sleep Token because that's when they just came. They played their new album and stuff, and. But obviously, I don't think
cool.
I can't think.
Cool.
Yeah, fuck you. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. When I do because I always do 4 days. I'm like, because
I can't, dude. I can't. I physically cannot do that.
It's getting harder for me every year. It really is. Even though like I'll like mainly stay pretty much sober.
Oh no, I can't. I'll drink and I'll drink and I'll drink, and my little body can't take that. And then I go back and I'm gonna want to do it again.
Yeah.
And then by the third day, I'd just be so dehydrated. My piss would be straight brown.
Yeah, it's rough. It really is just fucking rough. 'Cause my last one was my 11th year going, and I just fucking I went to every single one except for the first year. And because I remember when it was just like it was one day the first year, and then it turned into 2 for many years, and then it just turned into 3, and then it really quickly went to 4. And once they went to 4, it was rough for everybody. Not many people can do it.
Kind of too much. Yeah.
Yeah, and by
the 4th day, it's like
Sunday, everybody's just walking around like zombies. You're just like, and you're like, fuck, is this like?
Is it over yet?
Yeah, it gets to that point where it's like, is it over? It's fun, it's awesome, but
I was more of a Warped Tour kid, if anything. I went to like 7 Warped Tours.
Yeah.
That was my stuff.
I never got that chance to go to Warped Tour. I wanted to.
Are you younger?
22.
I didn't appreciate Warped Tour when it was a thing. I wasn't into those bands at the time, but now I'm like, that'd have been so sick.
Yeah.
Dude, it was like $45 to go see like
A bunch of pop punk bands.
like
and,
60
punk
bands. You could see like the Story So
No,
Far,
there's a lot of metalcore.
Issues. Like no, there was like Bring Me the Horizon, North Lane, Woe Is Me,
Is this
Memphis May Fire.
2010, 2011 era.
Just
It
it
got
started
way
in
better
it started
towards
in
the
like
end.
it started in
Yeah.
like
It got
90.
really
It started in like
Yeah.
90 something.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, they were great band. I mean, you could pay $45 to go see Bring Me the Horizon, and now you'd pay $500 or $250 for a ticket.
It's crazy because like my first time seeing Knock Loose, it was like me and like 3 other motherfuckers in the pit.
That's the first time I saw them was at Warped Tour.
Yeah, it was just so small. It was so like personal. And then like the last time I saw them was at Sick New World, when like fucking Will Ramos hopped into the pit and shit.
Nice.
And like it was, but I saw can't remember his name, but the drummer. I saw him right before their set, and I was like, this is so weird seeing you guys. Like, last time I saw you, there was, like, barely any people there, and now it's like people are flooding your stage right now.
That's how it happens.
Now they're on Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, I know. That shit was wild. It's just shit like that just, like, blows your mind. Because, like, you never really expect it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, seeing them, like, that's why, I do this stuff, and I love doing it, because you never know.
It's fun to watch the come up story, right? Like
It
to
really
watch them
is.
grow and to like progress. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
you're
get to
just
feel a part of something bigger.
you get to feel a part of it. You get to learn about them, and you get to like see that like from where you meet them and like learn. You get to see that growth, and that's
Yeah.
the best part. And but getting after that, I think that was your story,
That was my
right?
story, yeah.
That was your story, and we'll get into. Do you have any vacation stories?
Kids ever throw up on you on the plane or something like that?
I mean, I could piggyback similar concept of your story. So for work, we would go to like different like training conferences, and they send us out to Atlanta, and we have to be basically in like a class from like 9 to 5, and after 5, like time is ours. And the coworkers wanted to go. Like, we went to the hotel, and we asked the hotel, was it concierge, whatever it is, like, what's there to do out here? We're like, well, strip clubs. We're like, didn't expect to hear that from a hotel concierge. So I was with one guy and like 3 other girls. So like we're like, oh, okay, let's not do that. And then the guy later was like, dude, let's go to the strip club. I'm like, all right. So we pregame pretty heavily, and then we get there, and I wasn't expecting the strip club to serve drinks. So I'm like, cool, keep the party going. Well, I ended up blacking out at the strip club and falling asleep.
Oh shit!
It was so bad. And I wake up with my phone out and my Venmo. Somebody like took $1,000 out of my account on my Venmo.
Girls will do that. I've had girls at a strip club legit walk up while I'm going to the ATM and then just like type more zeros.
So like shitty story. Cause I didn't get to like quote unquote enjoy my $1,000 experience. I was just passed out on the couch, and I look at my phone in my hand with Venmo open. Like, God damn it, dude.
Oh,
Yeah, that hurt. That hurt real bad.
Yeah,
I'd
that.
be so angry. I'd storm back in there. and
Dude,
be
it was
like,
so dumb. I'm like, request back, send me my money, and they just like deleted it. Like, I can't do anything at that point.
Yeah, that's rough.
Did you see like a name or like did you see like,
Well, yeah, it
like
has her
diamond,
profile.
like diamond or like
Chastity, I think it was.
chastity?
Imagine she's watching
Diamond
it.
has
She's like,
taken
yeah, motherfucker.
Got what you deserve.
Don't pass out.
I'd love to watch the film of that night, as in like
The security
just the
footage?
whole thing that how it went down. Like like him falling asleep and then somebody walking over and trying to wake him, and then one of the girls is like,
Did you fall asleep in like the main room or the back room?
Yeah, no, dude,
The main room? How do you fall asleep in the main room?
dude, you must have been.
That's
I was
Jeff.
plastered, dude. No, I was like out of my mind. Like we had been drinking. By the time we got to the strip, it was already like I don't know 2 a.m. and we've been out like cruising the Atlanta area, going from bar to bar to bar. And by the time we got there, I was like already too far gone. I shouldn't have been there. And I was just sitting down, and my friend immediately got a dance in the back. So it was just me by myself in the strip club. I'm like, this is just kind of awkward being by yourself at a strip club. Like I felt kind of like a creep, so I just kind of like went to the back area and just kind of waited like a creep.
He's like, there is no escaping this situation.
Yeah. And I was just like, this is taking a long fucking time. And then I don't know. I was on my phone for a minute, and I wake up.
Everyone's in the backpack.
Yeah, they were the backpack. Yeah.
Oh, trust me, I've been there. I remember when I dated a stripper and I got so fucked up one night. I was on like tequila and Xanax, and I
Not a
took
good
her
combo, dude.
heels.
Yeah, that's not good.
I took her heels and duct taped them to my feet and started like trying to give lap dances to the dancers there. And I was like, "Give me your money, give me." I was gone. I was 19,
Shit. Fuck.
but they thought I was 21. But yeah, that was a crazy night. How about you?
So I'm kind of boring. I don't really go on vacation. I mean, vacation to me is staying home because I don't really care to have a story like that. I mean,
You want to lose $1,000, dude?
I mean, you know, like,
They're funny like 5 years later.
yeah. I mean, I find just like being on a plane or like in a car for a few hours just not a good time. So why would I do that to myself at all and spend money on it?
Yeah.
You know, so I just kind of, I like to buy, you know, music equipment and stuff, you know, rather than go on vacation and just,
For the
Make
listeners,
music.
fast forward through this part.
yeah, yeah. It's not very exciting.
Mundane.
Boo.
I went to my kitchen last night.
That was
Vacation.
pretty wild.
Wild, dude. There was so much traffic in the hallway. Fuck yeah. After all that, those are actually really good fucking stories. I want to hear. So you guys have another an album that you're hoping to release like spring of next year, and you have all that stuff. What should we see show wise coming up in the future? You guys have any shows in plan?
Not necessarily in plan. I mean, we do obviously plan to play more shows because we want to, you know, be playing newer songs and, you know, just newer material in general and to get out there. That's kind of one of the reasons why the album's been a little bit prolonged because, like, we have it mostly done. We have a lot of singles kind of, like, ready to go. But it's like we need to kind of come together with like a plan, but there's been a lot of hiccups in between.
Like you said, with the promoting and everything, it's like we don't want to have a single, drop a single, and then like try to, at the same time as promoting the single, write another. Like, does that make sense? We want to have everything loaded up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
basically, so we can just fire it all off.
Yeah.
Right. Funny you ask question. We're now in the stages of like planning our promotion, our shows, all that kind of stuff. So we don't have it lined up yet, but we're currently in the process of, all right, album's basically almost done. So now let's look at what's our merch going to look like, what's our shows going to look like, what's
Yeah.
our timeline for releasing singles and then dropping the album, all that. So like that's our plan right now to figure out the question you're asking.
Yeah, I'm gonna because I'm about to in a few weeks you guys will hear about it. People watching, but yeah, I'm about to be going back into that kind of like mode of just like rearranging stuff, going into a direction that I want to move in, and just figuring it all out, merch, how I'm gonna do it, building a different communities because I'm going and building different communities in different areas, and it's gonna be a pain in the ass, but it's gonna be fun. But I do want to thank you guys for coming on. This is great.
Yeah, of
this
course.
was
Thank you
awesome.
so much for having us. Appreciate
And
it.
I really can't wait to hear you guys. I know I've heard you guys probably a couple times by now. I know I have, because I think you guys have played the Mosaic before. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Multiple times, yeah.
Yeah. By the way, R.I.P. Mosaic. But after all that, check them out. All their stuff will be down the link below, and we'll catch you next week, Mosh Pit. Later. Awesome.
All right, cool.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate